Qi Yongye and the others looked absolutely furious at this, asking him to kneel down and lick another's shoes. What kind of great humiliation was that? If this Wei Hei Lei was in Gushing Spring tier or a black-grade alchemist, then perhaps he would be qualified to make such unreasonable demands. But he was only a yellow-grade, low-level alchemist, a martial artist at the mere level of first layer of element gathering tier. How did he get the confidence to talk so big? The people who were born in the Imperial City truly acted like they were superior to anyone and everyone else. "You've gone too far!" Jin Wuji shouted immediately. "Wei Hei Lei, you're only a mere yellow low-level alchemist now. Don't you think you're talking too big? You dare to go against me?" Wei Hei Lei smiled coldly, looking extremely confident in himself. Indeed, he was only a yellow-grade low-level alchemist now. But his future prospects were limitless. Otherwise, why would Feng Luo go out of his way to deliberately befriend him? Of course, the reason why he had befriended Feng Luo was also because of Feng Yan. If not for Feng Yan, how would he have taken a mere martial artist of element gathering tier seriously? He possessed remarkable potential in the path of alchemy, while Feng Yan could possibly become a ruler in the field of martial arts. In this world, the strongest ruled after all. No matter how awesome an alchemist grew to be, he would still need the help of a powerful warrior proficient in martial arts. Jin Wuji instantly felt the urge to hit someone. Wei Hei Lei was only in the first layer of element gathering tier, and from the looks of it, he had only managed to climb to this cultivation level with the help of alchemical pills. Jin Wuji would be able to easily dominate him with one hand behind his back. Furthermore, his status as a mere yellow-grade low-level alchemist did not worry him at all, as there was no way that there would come a day that Jin Wuji would make any requests of an alchemist of this lowly rank. The problem was that there was a high chance that Wei Hei Lei may be taken in as disciple by Wu Songlin, and Wu Songlin was a black-grade high-level alchemist. Previously, they had all done Ling Han a favour by throwing their respective matches in Dayuan City, because there stood two black-grade, low-level alchemists behind him. However, Wu Songlin was a much grounder figure than those two, so the pressure they felt was obvious. Jin Wuji's expression turned dark and cold, yet he did not open his mouth to speak. "What right do you have to be so arrogant?" Bailey Teng Yun was in the prime of his youth, and so was easily moved by his emotions. He was also aware that he was a citizen of Dayuan City, so even if this Wei Hei Lei would one day become a black-grade alchemist, it would not affect him whatsoever. As a result, he naturally held no fear of offending Wei Hei Lei. Wei Hei Lei could not help showing displeasure at this and said, "Are you challenging me?" "So what if I am? Do you dare to battle with me?" Bailey Teng Yun said arrogantly. "Young Master Wei." It was at this moment that another 3 young men joined them. These 3 newcomers all had a powerful aura radiating from them. They had all reached the 9th layer of element gathering tier. "So it's you guys?" Wei Hei Lei spared a glance at them, and a faint, perfunctory smile appeared on his face. "Young Master Wei, have you encountered some kind of trouble?" One of them said with a smile. The speaker was dressed in green battle robes and was quite tall. Wei Hei Lei revealed a disdainful smile, pointed at Bailey Teng Yun, and said, "This guy says he wants to challenge me." "Ha ha ha! Where did this idiot come from to actually dare to challenge young Master Wei?" The green-clad man laughed loudly. He crooked a finger in Bailey Teng Yun's direction and said, "Come, come, come! I shall be your opponent." How could Bailey Teng Yun not react to such provocation? He was just about to agree when Qi Yongye held him back and said, "Wen Haixing, when did you become so immature? An elite ranked among the top 100 actually intends to bully a junior that had just barely enrolled in the academy." "So it's the King of Eternal Night!" The green-clad man behaved as if he had just noticed Qi Yongye. He raised his clasped hands in the latter's direction and said, "No wonder you dare to oppose young Master Wei. The 4th Prince of Dayuan City is indeed domineering." His words appeared to be praising Qi Yongye, but in reality they were an attempt to direct aggression to the latter. Wei Hei Lei's expression immediately darkened, and he said, "So you are a noble? No wonder you are so arrogant." Since he was a child, he had already displayed outstanding talent in the field of alchemy. Everyone in his age range tried to curry his favor in order to form an amicable relationship with the great alchemist-to-be he was. Wen Haixing's words naturally caused him to feel very displeased about Qi Yongye's actions. "Ling Han, are you going to kneel or not?" Feng Luo interrupted. The person he hated the most was naturally Ling Han, and Qi Yongye was the fourth prince of Dayuan City and was highly likely to inherit the position of Dayuan king in the future, so naturally Feng Luo was not willing to offend him. So this is the younger brother of elder brother disciple Feng Yan. When Wen Haixing and his companions found out Feng Luo's identity, they all smiled immediately. Though they themselves looked down upon Feng Luo, they dared not show any disdain towards him in public. Feng Yan was too strong and, according to rumours, had the ability to challenge and join the ranks of the core disciples. One of them immediately looked towards Ling Han and said, "Brat, I, Xuanhuan, am just going to say this now. If you are unable to make younger brother disciple Feng Luo satisfied, then you will only be sent back to the academy on a stretcher." "I, Mi Zhongguang, am the same," the third person said. Feng Luo was extremely proud. He laughed loudly and said, "Ling Han, do you still dare to be so unreasonable with me? Who do you think you are, to dare to put on airs in front of me? You've humiliated me repeatedly. Who do you think I am? One single finger of mine is more precious than the whole you by 10,000-fold. Wei Hei Lei and the others smiled coldly. A mere foreign new student would naturally not be taken seriously by them. The only people they would have misgivings about going against were only the direct heirs of the 8 great clans. Outside the entrance, the 4 guards of the Spiritual Treasures Pavilion looked on with indifference. As long as no one was making trouble in the Spiritual Treasures Pavilion, then even if the sky collapsed, they would not interfere. "Kneel!" Feng Luo roared loudly. "Kneel your sister!" Ling Han reached out with his hand, which sped towards Feng Luo. "How dare you!" Wen Haixing, Mi Zhongguang, and Xuanhuan all acted at the same time. They were all in the 9th layer of element gathering tier and were extremely strong. None of them was inferior to Qi Yongye. The simultaneous movement of all 3 was terrifyingly powerful. "Get out of my way!" Ling Han, using the exiting cloud steps, actually managed to squeeze past the restraining movements of all 3 of them. Wen Haixing and the others were all shocked. They'd noticed that Ling Han was only in the 5th layer of element gathering tier, and so completely did not take him seriously. Who would have thought that Ling Han was actually so fast and had such a weird way of moving? As a result, they had not used their full power, allowing Ling Han to easily break through their siege. Ling Han had already appeared in front of Feng Luo, and his extended hand was already reaching towards the latter. "You dare!" Wei Hei Lei slanted his body to one side to stand in front of Feng Luo. He was well aware that he was a yellow-grade, low-level alchemist, and was possibly the future disciple of the headmaster of the alchemy department. So no matter how bold Ling Han was, he knew that Ling Han would not dare to touch a single hair on his head. Pah! However, his thoughts had just barely formed when a forceful slap from Ling Han smacked him out of the way. Damn! This guy really dared to hit him. Another slap from Ling Han caused Feng Luo to fall to the ground. Without waiting for him to get up, one of Ling Han's feet stepped very firmly on Feng Luo's face. "Bastard, you actually dare to step on me? You are definitely tired of living. My brother will definitely kill you. Definitely!" Feng Luo wailed terribly while continuing to threaten Ling Han. Indeed, only a profligate, spoiled young master like him dared to issue such threats in public. What kind of place was the Imperial City? Here, murder was a heavily punished crime. At the side, Wei Hei Lei's face was also filled with fury. He had actually been slapped away by someone? This was too insolent, too detestable. He will definitely not spare this reckless fool. "Yi, younger brother disciple Wei!" It was at this moment that a young man and woman walked over. When the maiden clearly saw Wei Hei Lei's face, she revealed a surprised expression. "Elder sister disciple Li?" Wei Hei Lei hurriedly got to his feet. His hands remained lowered at his sides, looking extremely respectful. This young maiden was Li Si-chan. In front of others, Wei Hei Lei could put on an extremely arrogant attitude, but in front of Li Si-chan, he could only obediently withdraw all his prideful obnoxiousness. because Li Xichan's talent in alchemy was far above his own. Wu Songlin favoured only his talent, but Li Xichan was truly his most favourite disciple. Even if he really did become Wu Songlin's disciple, he'd still have to treat Li Xichan with utmost respect.